Well, good evening, my lovely pay pigs and all the brokies that have not yet signed up for my channel membership. So I decided to do, and yes, my freaking green screen is not working very well. You can see my kid's bed over there. Hello? 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 Anyway, I decided to do a little bit of a hangout stream where we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I'm going to invite on callers. So if you want to talk to Daddy live, you can come on. Of course, there's going to be some rules. There's going to be some very, very strict rules. Number one, I don't want to see your dong. I don't want to see your little disgusting dong. If you come on here and your dong's flapping around, you're getting banned. You will never be on this channel again. You will never be able to talk on this channel again. Number two, don't say obnoxiously insane things. Okay. I'm talking about YouTube banning level of nonsense. If you engage in that kind of degeneracy, you are banned forever. You are cooked. You are gone. Okay. Those are the simple rules. But if you want to debate me on anything, if you want to confront me about VT, if you want to talk about a stock that went up more than VT, which I guess is an own, okay, you can do that. So while we hang out, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link. And if you guys want to join the stream, you can come right on and talk to Daddy. And we're just going to hang out for a little bit and we'll just see where the conversation flows because I got no plans for the next hour and a half, something like that. So let's see what we have in the comments. So far, no members. Okay, we got Stefan. He says nice. And then we got Yami Noto says, seems you'd since your face looks like that. I guess that's a reference to the title of this video, which is My Hatred Burns Brighter Than 1,000 Suns, which is actually pretty true. I have a lot of hatred in my little heart, a lot of hate for grifting scum and clowns. The hate is so powerful that it keeps me going. It keeps me making YouTube videos every single day until I can totally defeat the grift. John says you're glowing green. Yeah, my green screen's being a little bussy. Oh God, hold on. Let's see if we turn this on. My green screen's being a little bussy boy, and yeah, I guess I need to get a bigger green screen. Like it's covering my whole back, but I guess that's not enough. Let me see if I can adjust it a little bit. Oh, oh. Move this forward. See if that works. Is that better? I think that's better. Yeah. Okay. So we got a comment from Henry Ordona. Strong man, talk about your cheap stories. Cheap stories. Oh, I've got some cheap stories for you. Okay. So when I graduated from college, my most exciting thing that I wanted to do was to start investing in mutual funds. I was excited that I'd finally be getting a paycheck and that I'd be able to invest in mutual funds. I was ready to start building wealth because about 15 years old, I got this book from a family friend called The Automatic Millionaire by David Bach. And I read the book and it said some very interesting things. It said, you know, if you live frugally, this is kind of the implied lesson of the book. If you live frugally and you buy mutual funds consistently, you could become a millionaire by the time you hit retirement. And I looked at that and I said, wow, you mean to tell me all I have to do is start buying mutual funds, start buying investments, and I can become a millionaire? Because I looked around and it seemed like everybody else was focused on stupid stuff, like acquiring very expensive things to show off, stuff like that. So anyway, so I read the book Automatic Millionaire, and ever since then, I got super interested in investing. And of course, you know, because I was reading about mutual funds, I eventually found the Bogleheads thing. I'm not sure exactly how I found it, but I rapidly increased my investing knowledge. And I came to the conclusion that the best way to invest was low-cost index funds. That I figured that out when I was young. So when I was in college, I couldn't really save any money. I mean, I got a stipend in an ROTC. I was an Army ROTC cadet. So I got a stipend of The first year, freshman year, it was $300, something like that. Then I think it was $350 a month sophomore year, tax free. Then it went up to $450 as a junior, and then as a senior, it was $500 a month. And you also got 2 book allowances every semester for $600. So because I was an Army ROTC, the tuition was free. The Army covered my tuition. Room and board was covered by my school. And I was able to get a monthly income doing literally nothing. But I didn't really save that much, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I was a college kid. I was focused on having fun. But I knew, I was like, oh, wait a minute. As soon as I graduate and I have a real paycheck, I can start investing. So I graduated college in like May of 2011. And then I hung around my school and I became what's called a gold bar recruiter. So a gold bar recruiter is a recently commissioned second lieutenant that stays at their college and basically kind of like helps out with the recruiting process. Because I was waiting to go to training. I was waiting to go to training for the Army. It started in January. So from May to January, I had nothing to do. So what I did was I did the gold bar recruiting. And I started getting a paycheck. It was an Army paycheck. And my apartment rent was $400 a month. $400 a month. And I swear I dedicated myself to complete savings focus. I would go to Walmart. So my rent was $400 a month. I was probably making about $1,500 a paycheck back then, something like that. I would go to Walmart. I'd literally only spend like $13, $14. I literally bought the cheapest food I could possibly spend. I really didn't spend money on anything. Basically, every time I needed something, I was so cheap, I would refuse to buy it. And it actually made my life inconvenient. It in a lot of scenarios, it made my life very inconvenient. Like if something broke, or I needed something to like, I don't know, like a bunch of pins or something, I would try to get pins from somewhere else. Like, oh, I need to buy pins. But if I went and bought pins, that means I would spend money. So I don't want to spend money. So I need to find a way to get pins. I mean, I didn't steal them, obviously, but I basically just refused to spend money. And my savings rapidly exploded. So what I did was I didn't even start investing until probably the end of 2011, early 2012, because the first couple of months, when I was finally getting a paycheck, I was putting all the money in a savings account. I wanted to get $10,000 in a savings account. And it quickly got there because I didn't freaking spend money. I refused to spend money. I mean, I'd occasionally get like a beer or something, but every single thought was focused on saving money. I wanted to save money on gas so much that when I drive home from work, I would consciously only hit the gas pedal as lightly as I could to not use as any gas. So I was driving like a Toyota Corolla at the time. And I'm like, I got to make sure that I don't waste any money on gas. So I try to like maximize fuel efficiency and not slam the accelerator too hard or slam the brakes too hard. It was pretty ridiculous. Like I was extremely cheap. Like everything revolved around money. I'm not like that anymore, but I was. And yeah, I stayed that way for a while. I remember like I would get chicken from Walmart, right? And I'd be like, oh, well, chicken's really cheap. I can make it at home. I wouldn't even buy seasoning because it cost money. So I would just eat unseasoned, nasty it was disgusting. I bought these thick pieces of chicken and they were completely unseasoned. It tastes like just plain freaking nasty chicken. But I was like, I'm saving money. I'm saving money. And I think I would have saved even more money, but I was married at the time and she liked to spend money. Shocker. A woman likes to spend money. Always freaking spending money. Okay. But my cheapness compensated for that. But it worked out. It worked out because I understood if I just consistently save over and over and over again, and I don't spend it, which people do, they'll invest, they'll make money, but then they'll sell it and spend it on something. I understood that you want to grow your nest egg to a certain level so that you can live off the interest into perpetuity. That was my goal. So I did not touch my portfolio. I just threw whatever freaking dollars I could into my portfolio. And over time, it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. Because if you spend less than you make, you'll be shocked if you invest the difference. And every time you get a raise, you increase it. You'll be shocked to see how much your wealth explodes. And you'll quickly realize you really don't have to screw around with individual stocks. If you focus on your savings rate, your wealth will explode. I didn't even know how to buy a stock until 2020. I had no clue how to buy a stock. The only thing I knew how to do was to set up a contribution into my 401k. And I didn't even look at it. I focused on my job, and I focused on like hanging out with friends and stuff like that. And every time I got a raise, because the Army gives you like promotions and raises, every time I got a raise, I would put more into my 401k. And guess what? My wealth exploded. That's why I have like a pretty sizable chunk of money at the age of 35 after 2 divorces. I would be a millionaire if I didn't get divorced twice. And it's all because of consistent saving. That's all you have to do. And what's the best investment? In my opinion, it's VT, because it's a one-stop shop. It gives you global market exposure, and you don't have to worry about it. Invest, invest, invest. Don't sell it. Just keep adding to it. Never sell it, and your account will explode. Imagine if you could save $100,000 a year. I know that's impossible for most people, including myself. But if you could save $100,000 a year, even if you got 0 returns, you'd have $1 million nominally in 10 years just by saving. You don't have to have any returns. You throw in 7, 8, 9% returns, and you could be a millionaire extremely freaking quickly. To me, that's so common sense. If you toss a bunch of money at something, you don't have to worry about the returns as much. And there's not the risk of annihilating your portfolio by taking huge degenerate gambles. So I was cheap for a while. I was very freaking cheap for a while. But I've since lightened up a little bit. Like I remember one day I was in my apartment in Hampton. I just moved down here. And I looked at my portfolio and I had like $179,000. I'm like, you know what? And I was like 28 at the time, something like that. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of rich. Now, obviously, that wasn't rich money. But for a 28-year-old, $179,000, I looked at my portfolio. I'm like, I'm doing pretty good. Like, I can relax a little bit. I can go have fun. And since then, like, I'm not as stingy with my money. I'm still frugal, but I don't worry about like, oh, I went out to eat and I spent $30, or oh, I went to Chipotle every day and it cost me $10.16, or oh, I took my kids to the beach, which I'm doing tomorrow, and oh, it's going to cost me money because I got to get food there. Like, I don't worry about that stuff anymore, because once you have a certain amount of wealth amassed, you don't have to worry. You can enjoy yourself a little bit. And I've just gotten older. I don't need to be that freaking stupid, like miserly with my money. So, and it's nice to be there, because once you get to that critical mass, you don't have to worry about money anymore. You don't have to stress about money at all. I don't stress about money. I don't. Now I'm, potentially, I'm going self-employed starting January 1st. I'll work part-time at my job, I think. But I've got a tax business that I'm building, and my income is going to drop precipitously. I make over 6 figures when you combine all my income. It's going to drop to probably $30,000, $40,000 a year. But guess what? I have this huge portfolio as a last-ditch backup to keep me afloat. So I'm able to take this opportunity, to take this risk in my life, and start my own business. If you never save your money, if you're always blowing it on nonsense, guess what? You can never do things like that. You're stuck at your little corporate chump job forever. And I don't think that's the key to happiness in life. I don't. I don't think being a slave to a corporation is going to keep you happy. It's going to make you feel satisfaction in life. because corporations don't care about you. They hate you. You're an expense. They want to maximize how much they can get out of you for the least amount of pay. Corporations can fire you at any moment for any reason, and they will do so. They will discriminate against you based on what's popular at the time. Go read about DEI. They do it. They did it. They did not care. And if you don't have any money, you're literally enslaved to corporations because you need them. They can do whatever they want to you. They can treat you like garbage. They can have horrible working conditions. They can disrespect you. You can have a horrible boss, just toxic, evil piece of garbage. And I've had that before. And guess what? You got to stay. They own you because you didn't want to save. You wanted to get your little house or your big house. You wanted your big freaking car. But spending money like that is what keeps you enslaved to the corporations. How is that? How can you be happy knowing that your survival is contingent on a corporation which could fire you at any moment? No, you need to build personal wealth. And the best way to do that is to be frugal. You can go out and have fun. Okay, I go have fun too. But you should not live your life trying to maximize how much money you can spend, basically spending all of your income, because you will be forever enslaved. Your income doesn't matter. It's your savings rate and how long you can survive without working. I can survive, let's see, assuming my portfolio stays right where it is and I don't make a dime more, if I just have zero income, I could survive 210 months. So divide that by, I could survive, assuming my portfolio doesn't drop, I could survive 17 years making zero income. Zero income. Wow, I'm really terrified for my future, huh? Most Americans have nothing. They're slaves. They have like $500 in their checking account. You are a loser. I don't care how big your stupid little house is. I don't care how nice your car is. You are a slave. The corporations own you. Your big, fat, greasy, toxic boss owns you. The corporations can shove DEI up your butt. They can say the most nasty, bigoted things. It doesn't matter. You have to just bend the knee. Yes, my corporate master. Yes. Treat me like garbage. You own me. I am your slave. I am your worker. I need my big house. I need to blow all the money I possibly can. You are my God. Like it's pitiful. It's sad. Okay. All right. We got a super chat. We got some member comments. Can I sell it when I die? Are you talking about your portfolio? So this brings up a good point about what's called dying with zero. So I hear this stupid philosophy that you should die with zero. And I fervently disagree with that. I think you should die a multimillionaire. And I hear, oh, you can't take it with you. Well, number one, you don't know when you're going to die. You do not know when you are going to die. You could die tomorrow. You could die next week. You could die when you're 110 years old. You don't know when you're going to die. So how are you going to die with zero if you don't know when you're going to die? You can't. It's impossible. So what do you actually do? You build your portfolio to the size where you can live off of it indefinitely. For example, let's say I need $40,000 a year. What do I do? Well, if I get my portfolio to $1 million, I can, according to the 4% rule, take out $40,000 a year and it'll last forever. That's true wealth because you'll theoretically never spend the $1 million. You'll just take off $40,000 a year forever. That's wealth. But you don't want to spend down the $1 million so you can only take out 30,000, 20,000, 10,000. Because what if you blow through your portfolio, you're 75, and then you live another 20 years? Oh, you want to die with zero? No, just live off the 40K perpetually because you don't know when you're going to die. So that's my philosophy. That's my goal. Get enough wealth so I can live off of it and not drain the principal. It's a simple concept, but people don't understand that. They just want to get rich so they can take the money and blow it all. That's what most people do. They try to make as much money as they can so they can spend it all. But if you spend it, you got to work and make more money. And the cycle never ends because you have to constantly work to keep replacing the money that you spent. And most of that spending is not going to make you happy. Okay? It's not going to make you happy. It's called hedonism. What makes you happy is family, having children, grandchildren, interacting with them, being involved in their lives. Hopefully they're not losers. And having goals that you strive to achieve. That's how you maintain happiness. You exercise, you have a family, children, grandchildren, and you have goals, you have dreams, you have visions, and you strive for those goals. The happiest I've ever been in my life is right now. You want to know why? Because I have a vision of the future where I want to be, and I'm working towards it. And it's working slowly but surely. 5 years ago, I didn't have a YouTube channel. 5 years ago, I wasn't a CPA, or was I? Yeah, I think I just got my license. But I said, I want to be self-employed. I want to be able to live my life on my terms, and nobody will be able to tell me what to do. And I'll never have to deal with a disgusting boss or be a slave to a corporation. My vision is self-employment and personal freedom, partially through finance. And then I started my YouTube channel. I make money off of YouTube. I've started my tax business, which, oh, by the way, you can book a free 30-minute consultation in the pinned comment. I can talk to you for free. I do taxes any state in the United States. And I'm in the Army part-time. I do textbook editing. I have a lot of ways to make money self-employed. And I'm finally at the point where I'm reaching that precipice of that goal. I'm finally there. I've saved enough money and I've worked hard enough and built enough clients and an audience to the point where I can do it. And once I do it, my next goal will be to surpass the income that I had with full-time employment. That'll be the next goal. So I keep creating goals to try to accomplish, and it's hard and you have to work and struggle and strive, but the satisfaction at the end makes it worth it. That's what gives you satisfaction, because you can look back and you can say, I did something extremely hard and I did it and it sucked. I worked my butt off, years and years of grinding on YouTube, years and years of taxes, but I did it and I'm proud of it. That is what leads to happiness, not, oh, I want to go on vacation for the 50th time. Oh, I just want to go on infinite vacations. That's not going to make you happy. You're going to get tired of it. Humans need struggle. They need to strive for something. That's how we're freaking designed, okay? That's what's wrong with this society. People just want to, do nothing. I hate the rat race, so I just want to sit on my butt. And then they quit their job, and they're like, oh, I'm bored. Oh, so I'm going to go back to the corporations. Got Dex Invictus, member. 1,000 sons. That's almost more than 10. Yes. My hate is very powerful. Walmart's go different. Walmart is an amazing company, okay? I've currently switched to Trader Joe's and Food Lion because Trader Joe's actually has cheap frozen meals, but Walmart is a fantastic company. All right, Strongman went from cheaper to cheap. So people still make fun of me for being cheap. Like, they laugh at me because I have a 3-bedroom townhouse. Okay, I have 2 kids and me. Why do I need a bigger house? I don't. Why do I need to spend? My mortgage is $1,000.56. I'm in a safe neighborhood. It's a new construction. It's a nice house. Everything's new in the house. There's a pond outside. I can go running outside. I'm very close to a lot of things. It's a great place. I love this place. Why do I need to get a bigger house? Why do I need to increase the amount of money I'm spending? For what? So, and then I'll get a bigger house and then I'll want a bigger one. That's the average American's thought process. It's stupid. It's utterly ridiculous. Oh, why don't you have a new car, bro? Because if I have a car, that means I have a car payment. Yeah, I'm going to so be self-employed by spending a huge amount of money on a mortgage and a car. The reason I can become self-employed is because I don't have a lot of expenses. Yeah. And having a bigger house will not make you happy. And having a nice, expensive car with a huge car payment will not make you happy. It's slavery. People don't freaking get it. Ugh. Frugal equals cheap equals stingy equals... Oh, don't even get me started on the cheeks. Don't even get me started. The strong man from stingy to cheap and back again. Well, I'm definitely going to have to cut out some things during self-employment. I'm going to have to buckle down and not go to freaking Chipotle all the time, or go and have like roast beef sandwiches. And it's like a temporary sacrifice, right? Because I've got to cut my budget if I want to be self-employed. And if I'm extremely frugal, I can get my monthly bills down to $2,800 a month. $2,800 a month. So all I got to make is $2,800 and I'm breaking even every single month. I prefer that. I'd rather live frugally for a couple of years and set my own schedule. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that's worth it. And then once I get my income back up, because I'll be working so hard on my business and my channel because I have a bunch of time. Once I get my income back up, yeah, I can start going to Chipotle again, start putting money in my 401k again. I'll do all that. But there's going to be a transition period where I'm going to have to sacrifice a little bit. But because I have a goal, it keeps me motivated. And I think it'll be worth it in the long run. And I'll be in a position where I make as much as I did at my job, self-employed, and I answer to no one but myself. I think that's awesome. And I know a lot of you have bosses you don't like. Don't lie. Don't lie. You don't like your boss. But guess what? The boss owns you. The boss could tell you to get on your knees and lick his boots or he'll fire you. You know what you'll do? You know what you'll do, little bussy boy? You'll get on your knees and you will lick them clean. Because if you lose that job, you are done. You are annihilated. But you got your nice car. It's so worth it. He needs to start an index fund MLM. I'm not good at grifting. I'm a very bad grifter. It's actually higher than 17 years because of interest or capital gain. No, that's assuming that it doesn't grow at all. I think I can last a long time off of what I saved. So all those years of people calling me cheap and making fun of my car and laughing at my house, even though I'm a homeowner. Most of these people don't even have homes. Most people are freaking renting. I'm a homeowner with $630,000 stock portfolio, and people make fun of me. I don't understand. I'm not saying that to brag, but it's just like, you're never good enough. You're never good enough for people. Most people I know don't even understand what saving is. They just blow everything, then complain. That's the American culture. American materialism and consumerism is slavery. It is. They pound into your brain since the day you're born that spending equals happiness, that blowing money and status equal happiness. And that serves the corporate interests. That juices corporate profits. And that keeps you as a slave to the corporation. So they get to charge you, they get to pay you crappy wages, and then you take those crappy wages and you blow it on a bunch of nonsense, and they own you forever. They own you. You are beholden to them, and they can do anything they want to you. You could have the worst boss in the world. You can't say no. You'll be miserable every day for the altar of consumerism. Spending money has not made me happy. You know what I like? I like reading books. I can get a used book for $3 and I enjoy reading it. Wow. Or I buy a video game for $20 and I play it for years. The first time I bought Skyrim, I got it used from GameStop for like $5 or $10. This is like back in 2015 or something, or probably before now, probably like 2012. So I got Skyrim. I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'll try it out. I spent $10. I have had thousands of hours probably of fun playing that game for $10. You mean to tell me you have to spend a boatload of money to get enjoyment? I disagree. I think you're a clown. Yes, a clown. Well, not you, Dex, but you know what I mean. Most people they're brokies. It's all about status. And that's exactly what corporate America wants you to think. They want you to think that having status, having a nice car, nice clothes, and going on expensive vacations and racking up your credit card, that they want you to think that that means you're successful. No, you're a slave. And then you rack up your credit card, you're paying interest, you're in massive debt, you're owned, you're completely owned. And you have to grind at your little job forever until the day you die because society told you a lie and you bought it because you're dumb and a bussy. Save a little, invest a lot. I agree with that. Bitcoin is a no-brainer. I disagree with that. I think it's a scam. I would not. Bitcoin is very risky. Very risky. He gets cheaper the more wealth he accumulates. Well, I've actually I am spending a lot more now, but I've just gotten to the point where I don't really, the things that I enjoy are not expensive. They're not. Like, okay, I'm taking my kids to the beach tomorrow. It costs me $15 to get in, and then I'll probably get them lunch for another $15. So I'm going to spend $30 and hang out with the kids for a couple hours. Oh, a car payment, on the other hand, can be $600, $700, $800 a month. So $30, $600, $700, $800. I don't know, guys. All in on Ethereum and VT. I am all VT and treasuries. Buy Bitcoin, sell at the top, buy stocks with fat dividends. That's right. Go buy Ulti, everybody. Always time the tops. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to time anything. Oh, I'm telling you, this works. Only focus on how much you can save. Pick an index and stick to it forever and just focus on the savings portion of it. Reinvest the dividends and don't freaking sell it for short-term needs. If you're going to need the money, don't put it in the index in the first place. But the money that you got random money that came in. Oh, I got a bonus. If you don't need the money, put it in the index and just leave it and never sell it. And 20, 30 years from now, you'll be shocked at potential, hopefully, fingers crossed, how much it's worth. It's that easy. I always die. What are you, a cat? How many freaking lives do you have? Strong man, we are proud of you. Be the change you want to see. I know. I'm trying my best here. I'm trying my best. I'm going to be very poor next year, but it's going to be so worth it. Let's see. Grift me harder. Missed the video. We're just doing a hangout. I got nothing to do for a little bit. I'm trying to farm eyeballs and grifts. You don't know how to spend money to have fun, brother. That is false, Gil. That is false. Like I said, I get enjoyment from very simple things. So I'm going to Miami at the end of this month. So I've been trying to travel a little bit more. I just got back a couple months ago. When did I go? I think it was July. Was it last month? Last month, yeah, for July, I went to New Orleans. Had the time of my life. Got to walk down Bourbon Street, went to the World War II Museum, hung out with a buddy. I even went to a famous gay bar. But we left very quickly because you know what I'm saying. But I went to New Orleans. It cost me like $1,000. That's nothing. I'm going to Miami for the flight and the Airbnb. It's $500. And then I get to explore Miami. I'll probably spend another $300-$400 there. $900. And I get to have a cool experience in a city I've always wanted to go to. So yeah, I know how to spend money, but there's certain things that don't make me happy. Having an expensive car is just annoying. I don't like it. I don't like all this money leaving my account for material BS when I know that money is what is keeping me in the rat race. That's why you have to stay at your job. You spend all that time at work, fluffing your boss, hating your life, so you can buy a car. I don't think that's worth it. More money for equals better quality of life, better food to eat, better equipment, better clothing. Well, of course it does, but you've got to control yourself and not, people always just spend exactly what they make. You can save. Savings rate is the key. Be better food. You can eat pretty healthy for pretty cheap. You can get whole wheat pasta, whole grain pasta, and sausage for like $4. You can get a rotisserie chicken for $5 or $6. At least in my Food Lion, you can. Oh, I can't eat healthy unless I spend a lot of money. I've got to have, what is it called? Wagyu. I 13x on Palantir. Bruh. Yeah, everybody's rich on Palantir. I'm the only poor person left in America. You can save, or you can learn how to make 500 to 1,000. You can do both. If you make 1,000 per day, why don't you save 300 of that? Why can't you save 300 of that? If you're making 1,000 per day, you save 300, and then you can spend the rest. But you should save. You can do both. You know that, right? But as someone who has made 500 a day and 1,000 a day, I'll tell you, it's easy to spend a lot more when making 1,000 a day, and you feel like you make 250 a day. Let me read this. But as someone who has made 500 a day, I'll tell you, it's easy to spend a lot more when making 1,000. Well, yeah, because you feel, I just got to spend because I have all this extra money. Why? You don't need to. You keep yourself stuck in the rat race, blowing all your money. And realize how powerful the matrix is. So you need to learn how to make 2,000 a day. No, the matrix is the consumerist society that we live in. That's the matrix. Spending everything, spending, juices corporate profits and keeps you working for corporations forever. That's the matrix. Nobody seems to understand this. All right, let's do some more comments here. Do I got some trolls in the comments? Let's see. All right, so we talked about my cheap stories. Spend it on hookers and white powder. No, that's bad for you. Only uneducated people follow West Form Ham Boys promotions. Only uneducated people follow me. I would like you to expand on that statement, good sir. I teach a legitimate investment strategy that works. You listen to con men that do nothing but lie and deceive. But somehow I'm uneducated because I don't pump trash nonstop. What kind of insane clown are you? How sick in the head do you have to be to think that uneducated people follow me and the true intellectuals follow Jeremy LaFave? The true intellectuals follow Meet Kevin. Seriously? Those are that's the educated people? No. People don't like the truth. And you know what? They also are stupid. They can't see the truth because they're easily brainwashed and misled. Only uneducated people. Yes, the true geniuses follow Khmer. Night Out, tell us how Kevin kicked your butt because you were right. He is a scammer. No, I've realized that. You can't help people. You can't. you can literally expose the scammers over and over again. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. People in America are in a cult of wealth worship. They worship wealth. They worship money. Money is morality in the United States of America. It is a deep sickness in this country. It shows the moral and cultural rot that is America. This is a rotten country. This is an evil country. You may not like me saying this. It is true. We have no soul. We worship money. The worst scammers in the world are worshipped simply because they have money. Somebody could rob a bank and steal from orphans and get rich that way, doing the most heinous possible things. And people will worship them because they made money and they have money. That is America. That is horrifying to me. That's not good. That's very bad, in my opinion. And what happens is, because Americans think like that, they see these con men, these liars that flash their money, act like they're making all this money in the stock market. They're not. But because they have lots of followers, social proof, and they have lots of money, doesn't matter how they got it, they all lie and manipulate. But because they have money, they are worshipped. That is the current modern America. That is disgusting. I will never let a maniac like you. No, you should have me, Kevin, do your taxes. Kevin said you had 2 divorces, you failed in life. Well, you know what? Even if I have, guess what? I'm not a lying, scamming piece of garbage. So let's say, oh, my relationships didn't work out. So that's bad. I'm a loser and scumbag because of that. But Kevin can lie and lie and lie and deceive and deceive and deceive and deceive and extract money for nothing. And that's okay. Because he's still married. That's all. As long as you're married, you can do whatever you want. 2020. That's why you don't know about. You don't understand valuation, bro. All right. You are so great. You should write a book. Oh, wait, I did. It's called Stop Being a Broke Loser. Sparky says he's got big portfolio energy. It is the most liberating thing in the world to know you got FU money. It's awesome. It's awesome. I love having FU money. Nobody can tell me anything. I'll tell them to stuff it up their rear end. If my boss at work disrespected me, I'd be like, kiss my butt, and I'd walk out instantly. Not joking. You know what you do?
Oh, it's okay, boss. Yes, you're so smart. Please don't reduce my pay. Please give me my bonus. I got a car payment. Oh,
you're a slave. Another man owns you, bussy. Don't listen to him and be cheap and live like a homeless. But yes, I'm in a 3-bedroom new construction townhouse. I eat food 3 times a day. I take a shower. I exercise every day. I live like a homeless man. A 3-bedroom townhouse that I own means I'm a homeless man. It's the same thing. What is wrong with you people? You're so stupid. Like, it's just like the average American, the average person my age probably doesn't own a home. They got nothing in savings. They got student loan debt. But because I teach frugality, you call me a homeless man. All right, go be a slave to your little corporation, bussy boy. Put all your
I spent all my money and I'm a slave to my job. I'm better than you. Yeah.
Yeah, you're so amazing, loser. If he had higher returns and a better channel, maybe he can afford things. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. This is America. America is disgusting. This is a disgusting country. Let's see. A more interesting comment. Children makes you happy. Yeah, I'm glad I have children. I actually enjoy it. This is the problem. This is another problem with America. Okay. Everybody wants short-term hedonistic pleasure. That's all they care about.
I just want to have fun.
And anything that is challenging or difficult or requires a little bit of effort, they don't like that. That's bad. Pain, suffering, and struggle is bad. Nonstop hedonistic pleasure is good. And that's how these people get in these hedonism loops where they don't have kids, they party all the time, and before you know it, they're old, dried up, and broke. And they have nothing to show for it. They're still a slave to the corporations. And they don't even have a freaking family. I'm winning, bro. Single mothers create the best family. Yeah. Is your net worth bigger than it meets? I honestly have no idea. I don't. I mean, my net worth is probably 730 something. I mean, I'm not a millionaire, but Number one, I don't know because he never shows his net worth. And number two, it's irrelevant if Amit's net worth is higher than mine. If you gave me the same grift income as all these grifters, I would be infinitely more wealthy than them. Infinitely more wealthy. Easily. If I got $1 million a year doing grifting, like some of these clowns do, I'd probably spend 100K of it and sock away 900,000. Now my net worth's 900,000 higher. It's not hard. What these guys do is they take that money and they just blow it all. Oh, I got to get a used Ferrari. Yeah. Oh, this is my status symbol. I got to buy a new house. Oh yeah. Look at me. You're enslaving yourself because you're spending all your money. You have to keep going back to the rat race in order to get the money that you spent on nonsense that isn't going to make you happy. So I don't know if my net worth's bigger than Amit. How do you stay frugal with increasing prices on food? Well, it's pretty easy. I mean, I buy it. So like if you go to Walmart, get great value. It's the same freaking thing, but it's Walmart branded. Don't eat out as much. Cook at home. There's cheap meals. Chicken's still pretty cheap. Hey, brother, I appreciate the time you put in the information you provide. I just found your channel. I have $240,000 in liquid cash and looking to put it in the market. What are your thoughts? The only thing I'll say to you is you need to understand what investing is all about. Investing is not about short-term market fluctuations. So if I got $240,000 right now and I didn't need it for 30 years, I personally would just invest it. All of it right now. No hesitation. But I don't want to be like, oh, you should do that too. Because if the market crashes next year, you're going to have a meltdown. Strongman told me to invest and my stocks are down 30%. Yeah, because it's supposed to be a long-term investment. So if you have that much money, I mean, why don't you sit and think about it for a while or maybe get your opinions from other people? Under Thex, Amit builds a community of investors. No, he builds a community of gambling, moron, degenerate clowns that are trying to get rich quick because they're losers in life. They provide no value to society. They are desperate, and they are buying stocks as lottery tickets. That's what they're doing. Strongman builds a comedy show to laugh at other clowns. That is true. Amit is providing value. He's not. Nobody wants the truth. He wrote a biography called Broke Losers. It's on Amazon. Yep, I'm a broke loser. Yeah. I'm mad about Nvidia and Palantir. Oh my God, something beat VT. I'm so mad. Let's see. He's mad his channel is dying, but others seem to be growing. Yeah, you want to know why other people are growing? Because they offer lies. They offer lies and nonsense. Chris Sane can't even calculate interest. Literally. I made a video about it. Go watch it. He literally cannot even calculate, and he doesn't understand how interest calculates. He confused an annual interest rate with a monthly interest rate. That's how stupid and incompetent he is. He's a fraud. His channel is about to hit 1 million subscribers. That should tell you the deep sickness that is in our society. The deep, deep sickness that is in America. And people are like, well, but he's got more subscribers. I don't understand. I sold Palantir after following you. I will see you in court for misleading investors. Yeah, go ahead and sue me, brokey. Why does Graham Stephan look old now? I don't know. Maybe he had a bad night's sleep. I think I look pretty good. I'm 36 next month. Look at me. Damn, I'm a good-looking 36-year-old. Ooh, I'm a sexy boy. Sexy boy. Why would anyone listen to someone who has no clue what Palantir does? That is the litmus test for whether you should listen to somebody. So you go to the doctor and you say, doctor, do you understand what Palantir does? And the doctor says, no, I don't. Oh, I can't listen to you. He had Amit on and he couldn't understand. Amit doesn't understand the business. He pumps Palantir because it got him views. You low IQ special person. Mm-hmm. How often do you upgrade your smartphone? When it breaks? Are you a big Sam Hyde fan? No, I've never really got into him. Let's see. Oh, now he's talking about Tesla. All right, Spy Warrior. Did you invest in dog crap house hack? Hell no. I can't wait when house hack gets shut down, like PPETF, which was dog crap too. Look, okay, even if house hack shuts down, here's my prediction. People are going to laugh at Kevin for a couple of days. Kevin's going to make a video about it, and then it's all going to be forgotten. And then he'll start something else that'll collapse. All the investors will lose their money, and then he'll make a video about it. He'll get made fun of for a couple of days, and then we'll go on to the next thing. If you won the Mega Millions and won the small $2 million prize, where would you move? Well, I wouldn't move anywhere. I'd stay right here in Virginia because my kids are here, my parents are here. I'd stay right in this house. I'd probably pay off my house. Why not? $2 million, pay off the house. I still have a $224,000 loan on the house. I'd pay off the house. I'd probably put maybe a couple $100,000 in treasuries. And then the rest would probably go like some into my kids' college fund. And then the rest would just be put into VT. That would be it. And then I'd do whatever I wanted. $2 million, that's $80,000 a year. So it cost me $1,000 to travel. I could literally travel once a month. That's $12,000. And I still have $68,000 of budget left. Like, I don't need a lot of money. I have an MBA and love this channel. Thank you. Amit has a 7-figure portfolio. No, that's good for him. You know what? If I bought Tesla calls, I'd have $1 million portfolio. But you know, a lot of people had $1 million portfolios. A lot of people have $1 million portfolios during a bubble. The question is, can you keep it? That's the real question. But once again, we worship them. We worship all the con men because they have big portfolios. I was only asking because you're disparaging Hampton Roads comment. No, I'm stuck here. I am stuck here. Are you? There's a dude in my Discord. I don't know if it's Arbor Zen. He is obsessed with this topic. He's upset. That's all he talks about is my the cut that I have. That's all he's obsessed with it. Oh. Like, come on, man. It's a psyop. Dex one, good one. Preferences among women are shifting, especially younger demographic. That's why you buy VT. If you don't like big houses, what's this background? Oh, this is my house, bro. Are you saying this is fake? Am I a fraud because I have a green screen background? Is that the new attack that you're going to get on me? Yeah, I've got multiple 6 figures in the stock market. I'm a homeowner. I'm a certified public accountant. I'm a military veteran. But I'm a loser and a fraud because my background is fake. Is that your next expose? You should make a video about me. Did you see Little Tay made $1 million quick when she... didn't she go on Only You Know What's? Yeah. If that doesn't tell you how sick our society is, I don't know what does. I mean, that's just pure degeneracy. If you would have just bought Palantir and NVIDIA instead of VT, you'd be retired. If I would have bought this, what about that? What about this? What about that? Yeah, go all in one stock, blah, 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 blah. One stock, bro. Bitcoin is no brainer because it requires you to have a brain. Sure. You said old, dried up, and broke. Out of those three things, why say dried up? You're going too far. You value youth way too much. Your second channel demotivates men who are living the bachelor life. No, I don't like the child-free death cult. That's the United States. We worship money. This is the United States of America. We worship consumerism. That is our God. We worship money. It does not matter how the money is attained. You could rob a bank or be a career criminal and you'll be worshipped if you're rich and you live a lavish lifestyle. People will look up to you and respect you. I disagree with that philosophy. I think making money, not conning people, is the proper way to do it. providing a legitimate good or service is the proper way to build wealth, not stealing and lying. But Americans don't seem to understand. And then you say, I demotivate men. Why? How do I demotivate men? I want to be child free. I want to take the easy road in life because the easy road in life is what leads to happiness. No, pain and struggle and overcoming it leads to happiness. Because you can look back on your life and say, I did some crazy stuff and I'm proud of it. Going to the frat party for the 50th time is not something to be proud of. Oh, bro, I did a kickstand, bro. Oh, wow. I'm sure that was really hard to do. By the way, I started a new YouTube channel called Outbacks. That glowing green filter on there. You like that? You like that? Mm-hmm. My next video is on single mommies when their kids are 20. I'll watch it. That'd be funny. Palantir will bring in a surveillance state, but dude, look, Palantir's a bubble. Like it's obviously a bubble. It could be one of the most overvalued stocks of all time. But because it went up a lot, because it's in a bubble, people worship it. It's the same thing with Bitcoin. Fundamentally worthless. It's captured, the crypto industry has captured our government. Our government is actively pumping fraud, a fraudulent token, and enriching scumbags. People make money from crypto by creating crypto and convincing other people to buy it. And when the crypto goes up a lot, they dump it on the people that initially bought it. That is cryptocurrency. That is what crypto is. It is a scam and a pump and dump scheme. And guess what? Do Americans get mad about that? No, they love the scammers because they made money, because that's all that matters. Bro, you made some, bro, you got that token. That was so dope, bro. So you got that token and you pumped it up and then you dumped it on your fans and you made a fortune off of your fans. Bro, you're so rich now. You got a Bugatti. Oh, you made it, bro. That's America. America. Oh, God, don't even go there. Saturday divorce loser hangout. Thank you very much. Ha, 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 ha. Yammy is 100% Kid Fresh. Now, he doesn't give me Kid Freshy vibes, to be perfectly honest. Kid Freshy's more psychotic. Strongman, you will grow your channel slowly and steadily. You'll be rock solid and huge soon. Look, okay. So I've made decent money from all my stuff on this channel with 15,000 subscribers. If I got to 100,000 subscribers, I would be printing money. Printing money. But guess what? It's going to be a long freaking time, okay? You got to sell lies. That's how you make it in America. I'm not joking. Well, there's two ways to make it. Either you get a difficult skill, like become a CPA or become a nurse practitioner or, start your own business being like an HVAC or some kind of trade person. That's one way to make it to America, where you grow your business over time and you make money and you invest and you're frugal. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is not learn anything except learn how to con people. Sell people lies. Promise people something that they'll never be able to achieve. Stock picking will make you super rich very quickly. Look at my portfolio. The whole reason I have this portfolio is because people gave me money for my course when I'm not qualified to teach a course. But now I have a big portfolio because of that. Therefore, that means I'm a good investor. Even though I'm not a good investor, I have a lot of money because people gave me money because I lied to them. But you believe I'm a good investor because you're stupid. And then you con and you lie and you lie and you manipulate and you can get very rich. We live in crazy times. Did you just shave? I did. I might even shave again. I like being clean shaven. Look at that. You like that? You want to touch it? Yeah. It's a little rough, but it's okay. Graham is sick because he's neurotic and socially. Who is that? Night Owl. Why did you get divorced 2 times? Well, the first wife didn't want kids, and I really wanted children, so we split up amicably. And the second wife was evil. We'll just leave that at that. So you think kids will be going to the college in the future? I imagine so. I mean, I don't know. I can't really predict the future that far out, but I'm planning for the possibility that there will still be college at some point. Love the channel. Keep up the positive. No, I'm a negative Nancy. That's not his house, Sparky. That's not his house. He's actually filming from his mother's basement. It's so funny to me. Like, people fall for illusions so easy. If I wore a suit and had like a, I don't know, some kind of like clownish background that made me look smart. Like, oh, I got a bookshelf behind me. Yes, I'm so smart. Then people will be like, oh, wow, strongman, he's really successful. Yeah. And, if I went and bought I don't know, if I bought a $100,000 car, which I could technically do, I could buy a $100,000 car with cash if I really wanted to. Strongman's got a nice car. Oh, he's rich. He's so successful. Even though I spent $100,000. That's how stupid people are. It's very sad. Why the fake background? Well, I'm in my daughter's room, and I'd rather have a nicer background than her random toys in a bed. I would rather die lonely with millions instead of kids ask me for money until... Well, then why would the kids be... I don't ask my parents for money. I don't ask my parents for money at all. And guess what? If my kids ask me, if they're old enough, be like, get a freaking job and shut up. I'm not giving you money. You gotta learn how to say no. Okay? My goal is to have my kids have some kind of legitimate career. That's my goal. I want them to have some kind of career and not be freaking losers. It doesn't have to be a specific career. Like, I'm not going to force my kids to be accountants. But guess what? You better do something because I'm not freaking paying for you. Because right now you live a fake subsidized life where daddy pays all your expenses. But someday you got to be a big boy and girl and pay your own expenses. We all end up in the same hole anyway. I guess that's true. Strongman is a reincarnation of federal financial austerity from 1800s America. I am the last dying gasp of non-grift America. I remember back in the day, we didn't have disgusting scams like we do right now. I remember the good days. Bitcoin is owned by the U.S. Yes. You want to know why? Because they confiscated it from criminals. The government seized criminals' assets and they just held on to them. That's why the U.S. government has Bitcoin. Come on, dude. All I hear about Bitcoin is that somebody else is going to buy it. And that's why it's good, because more people are going to buy it in the future. That's literally a pump and dump. It doesn't matter. You have to have like beliefs, like real understanding of things. If you truly think Bitcoin has value, you're special. You have issues. You're basically following the herd because the herd says it does, but it literally doesn't. It's like saying the emperor has no clothes. The emperor's walking around, his dong swinging back and forth. Emperor Dongus Longus the Second. He's walking around, his dong swinging around, and everybody's thinking in their heads, the emperor's not wearing clothes. Why is he walking around with his dong swinging around like that? But nobody says anything. Nobody says it, but they all think it. They all know it deep down inside. And then finally, some Giga Chad comes forward and says, the emperor has no clothes. That is what I aspire to be. I want to be the man that speaks the freaking truth instead of bowing down to the stupid lies that we live in our disgusting society. Everything in this society is a freaking lie. Lie after lie after lie after lie. I don't like lying. I don't like scumbags. I don't like thieves and grifters. It makes me sick. But those people are worshipped in America. So I get to deal with trolls and morons. You demotivate men by saying harsh stories such as all the good ones are taken. It's mostly true. Get married in college. Yes. And single moms are only clap meat. Yes. This causes young male viewers afraid to stay. No, it convinces people to have higher standards. Arbor saying we can go to Raymond's stream after this and whine about being single together. Where's my pussy? Where's my pussy? Where's my pussy? I had a clip of him saying that. That was the funniest thing I ever heard in my life. Here's the funny thing about Raymond. So he's doing fantastic. He's making a lot of money off YouTube. Like, dude, if I made $7,000 a month off YouTube, holy God, I would be so freaking rich so fast. And he's still whining. Oh, I only made $7,000 off of YouTube a month. That's a crazy amount of money for YouTube. My best month on YouTube, if you don't count like tax, was like $2,000. Or maybe it was maybe a little bit higher than that. That was my best month on YouTube. $2,000. $7,000. Holy crap. Bro, do you know how rich I would be? How quickly I would get rich with making $7,000 a month or $10,000 a month? Oh my God, I would be balling. Also, why are you not banning or censoring Kid Fresh here, the anti-cutting guy from your Discord? They are causing sedition against your reputation. Oh, I enjoy the trolls. They're little clowns. Because your parents aren't rich. Who, mine? I mean, my parents are well off, but my dad makes more than me, way more than me, almost triple what I do. But why do I have to ask him for money? I'm a big boy. Strawman, did you know that life is actually deflationary? Inflation is actually the matrix. Well, yeah. Inflation is there because in deflation, you kind of hold off on purchasing because if you think something's going to be cheaper next year, like let's say there's like 5% deflation and you're like, I want to buy a car, but I have $10,000 to buy a car. Right now, the car is $11,000. If I just wait for another couple of years of deflation, I can get the car for $10,000. That's deflation. So the system likes a little bit of inflation because it kind of incentivizes you to spend your money now. It's all one big psyop to convince you to blow all your money to juice corporate profits. That's what consumerism is. And you morons fall for it. This is not a difficult concept. If you spend your money, you don't have money. If you save money, you have money. What? And one day you'll have so much money, you can live off that forever. Huh? But I need my next Bugatti. Somebody says, I just noticed that Beyond Meat is filing for bankruptcy. Yeah, good. You know who bought that stock? Jeremy. In like the hundreds. And of course, no consequences. I bought NVIDIA because Lafufu liked it 4 years ago. Lafufu made me rich. Yeah, Lafufu's a genius. He's such a freaking genius. Everybody's a freaking genius. Everybody's a stock picking genius. Taco Friday, loser hangout. That's right. Actually, let me check my phone. I got a text from a man. Not a woman, a man. No, women don't love me. Women don't love me. What do you think of Utah women? Have I ever been to Utah? I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever been to Utah. Have I? No, I don't think I have. If you're referring to Mormon women, I don't want to be involved in the Mormon church. Okay? The Mormon church is like all consuming. Like it consumes your life. Like you go to work, you come home, and then you got your little church meeting that you got to freaking go to. You got this church event and that church event. They consume everything. It just swallows up your life. When I'm home, I want to do other things that I want to do instead of going to some stupid church freaking function. You're not sitting money in the bank. Well, not really. I know a gilf out in Utah. A gilf? A grandma? That's funny. Big A. I really wanted to meet Strongman when he came here to NOLA, so I could show him I made his entire net worth and profits in crypto in the last 18 months and maybe change his mind. How would that change my mind? You gambled, dude. I don't care. Most people are poor degenerates. People lie, number one. Everybody's a disgusting liar. Everybody claims they're rich. Everybody claims they're successful. But the reality on paper is they're all disgusting, dirty, lying scum. All of them. And number two, you gambled and you made money. I don't care. I'm going to be a millionaire guaranteed, and I'm not going to lose it. Somebody can have $1 million one year and then 50,000 the next because they're gambling. I'd rather be the guy that slow and steady millionaire and keeps it. I want to meditate on a mountain until I go beyond meat. I was only asking due to your scorn for Hampton Roads demographics. Yeah, you can't even go some places here without getting a bullet. You ask for youth, low B count, and motivation for frugality. Utah would suit you, but you don't want to join the LDS, so never mind. I am not joining the LDS. I am not joining the LDS. My goddess is out there. I will find her eventually. My queen! Sydney Sweeney! Oh! I want to convert this channel into an index MLM. Hag maxing grift. No, you do it. I mean, you start a YouTube channel and lie. You'll be very successful. I'll take 12, please. All right. So let's see what other comments we have. Let's see. You can tell he has mental issues with his voice and noises that he makes. It's called comedy, numbnuts. Yeah. Yeah, I bet you're a good little boy. You never, ever express your personality. You go to your little job and you put on your little persona at your job, and then you come home and you're professional because you're scared to actually be yourself, because what if somebody at work sees you on social media and they don't like that? And, if it creates a bad impression of you, then you lose your job, and then you're poor and a loser. You're slaves. I can sit here shirtless, talk about whatever I want, scream like a clown, be myself, enjoy myself, have fun, and not be concerned. You want to know why? Because I actually have decent wealth. I don't have to worry about it. You know how I got decent wealth? Frugality and consistent savings. It's that simple. Not degenerate gambling. I don't understand. What? Oh, my Tesla, bro. But the Mormons have many wives. That sounds like something you like. Get your hemp. Oh, no. Most of Mormons don't do that anymore. I think they got rid of that. No, thank you. And I want kids, not wives. There's a big difference there. I gamble. That's why I have better understanding of how to take. Exactly. People lie. So in person, I could show you. I retired off real estate at age 32 and have multiple fully paid rentals as well as paid off home at zero. Then why are you gambling on crypto? If you're retired at 32, why are you gambling on crypto? Okay, let's say I had $2 million of VT right now in a taxable account. I would be retired. Well, I'd still do stuff, but I would be retired from ever having to work if I chose not to. Why would I start gambling on crypto then? I don't understand. Why? Let's see. Oh, we got a membership. Who got the new membership? Thank you very much, Major Mind. Who's the new member of the Dong channel? If you notice, I only pull up member comments. That's right. You don't like it? Get freaking pissed about it. We got some schlongs right there. Okay. He got the membership. I've been in crypto 10 years. Okay, you got lucky. I don't know what to say, but I don't feel the need to buy crypto. I don't need to gamble the money. What I have done has worked. It works very well, and the likelihood of me failing is next to nothing. With crypto, one bear market, you're cooked because it's based off of nothing. It's based off of nothing. There's no inherent value to it. That should terrify you if most of your net worth is in something that has no inherent value. I know what I own. I own every investable company at market cap weights around the globe. Those companies produce goods and services. I know what I own. There's actually a foundation to my investment. Crypto, there's nothing. You're just hoping that the price that people are willing to pay for it goes up or stays stable. That's terrifying to me because there's no bottom. That's why you can't buy the dip on crypto, because There's no bottom. The bottom is zero. Buy the dip, bro. Where do I buy the dip? It has no value. I can't value that. I know if a company is making profits and isn't going bankrupt, it has some value. The bottom isn't zero. The company actually makes stuff and is profitable. How is the value zero? It's impossible. With crypto, yeah. Let's see. Wow, he got a membership. Lucky you. Strawman make me a pig mod. Maybe I should. I don't know how I do that. I may have to interview you before I actually make you a mod. I don't know what mods can do either. My initial interest into crypto was diversification. You don't need crypto for diversification. Just because it's a different asset doesn't mean you need it for diversification. I always talk about the example of my ball hair. There is only a limited supply of strong man's ball hair that will ever exist. There will never be over a certain amount of strings of my ball hair. The same argument that crypto people use for the value of crypto, I'm using for the value of my nut hair. So because the money supply is expanding because of the Federal Reserve or whatever, that makes my nut hair more valuable because it's rare. No, it doesn't. It's nut hair. Come on, people. But people, they just see the line go up. It's a buy. I'm gonna need to be a mod yeah, we'll add you. I need to look into how mod works. I don't know what kind of freaking permissions are or how to do it. I gotta look into it. Why are you censoring my messages? I didn't censor you. It's probably YouTube deleted it. I didn't delete your message. I need to get PayPig mod master status, bro. All right, I'll look into it. Just ran a DCF on Bitcoin worth about $1 trillion a coin. A DCF on Bitcoin. Does anybody understand what I'm trying to teach here? Okay. If you want to buy US stocks only, I don't agree, but whatever. At least you're owning companies. Crypto is fugazi crap. I plan to sell all my crypto except Bitcoin this bull run and started watching your channel because I will have 7 figures to rotate to stocks. So VT, QQQ, VOO looks like no, come on, dude, come on. Pick one of them. Pick one. Do not have all 3. There are many violations in that portfolio that you want. Bitcoin's okay. Here we got another Bitcoiner here. Bitcoin's value is not 0, it is infinite. Well, yeah, if there's infinite morons buying it, but what does Bitcoin actually do? What does it actually produce? Nothing. Nothing. Your taint hair is valueless because of poop articulation. But you see what I'm trying to say? Oh, Bitcoin's rare. It's got a finite supply. Well, there's a finite supply of long dongs. There's only one in this entire planet. There's only one long dong that will ever exist. So I'm infinitely valuable. Basically, my max value is the world's GDP divided by 1. Because I'm rare. It's stupid. Bitcoin's value is not. No, I'm right about Bitcoin. See, that's part of being a man, okay? That's part of having conviction. You don't bend the knee to the herd. You don't bend the knee to the clowns. You speak the truth. The emperor has no clothes. He's walking around and his dong's flopping around everywhere. And nobody wants to say it, but we all know it's true. And finally, I, Giga Chad, call it out and say, that man has no clothes. That is what it means to be a man. Saying the truth, not saying lies. Okay, never mind. It may have been too far. No, it's probably a YouTube filter. Bitcoin is something you buy No, I'm not buying that every page. I'm never buying it. Okay, well, here we got crypto. We got Bunny here. Bitcoin is money. Money is supposed to be non-productive. USD does nothing. Gold does nothing. Oh, look. Money is just a way to transact. That's it. Okay, it's worthless. Paper dollars are worthless. It's a way to transact. You have a cow. I have, I don't know, a microphone. How do we trade? I can't trade a cow for a microphone, but if we have paper, I can trade it easier. That's it. That's money. It's worthless. It's a way to account. So if Bitcoin is money, Bitcoin's worthless. It's just a way to transact, right? But it's finite. Yeah, so is my nut here. Roth is life. Let's see. Overlap in multiple indexes is actually not a big deal in my neophyte understanding. I don't see the point. Why have all these tickers in your portfolio when you could just have one? I actually like I go into Fidelity, right? And I just see VT. It's like, well, okay. And I focus on how much I throw into it, not what's in it. Let's see. If you were exiled from the U.S. for Article 133 of the UCMJ, where would you settle a new life? Great Britain or is that Mexico? What is Article 133? Article 133, UCMJ. If you criticize cryptocurrency, conduct unbecoming an officer and a gentleman. This article applies to commissioned officers, cadets, and midshipmen and prohibits actions to discredit or dishonor their position. It's a broad position, leaving interpretation. Let's see. I go before a military judge, and they're like, did you criticize Bitcoin? Did you say Bitcoin is inherently worthless? Did you say that you are disgusted with America because we worship conmen and frauds? You are a bad officer. You try to speak the truth. That's not nice. We don't take that in America. No, you're going to Fort Leavenworth for the rest of your life, boy. Like, all right, I guess I'm going to Fort Leavenworth. You got me. I pledge to follow the code of the paper. You better, boy. Gold is also trash. I do not invest in gold. We'll rule over the plebs with an iron dong. I love it. I'll look into how to set up mods. If you keep cash or treasuries, you are considered a total clown. How is having cat? Let's say my son was 17. At age 18, he starts college. Let's say I want to pay his tuition. So the tuition payment is due in 6 to 12 months. Where should I keep the money, Mr. H93? Where should I keep the money? U.S. tax brown. U.S. tax brown. No. You keep it in cash. U.S. tax brown. They just go up forever, bro. The code of a pay pig is to always pander to whoever pays. The code of a pay pig is to accept my abuse and keep paying me for it. It's a 20-page document. I should write a code of a pay pig. You're not only destroying your love, but losing money every day that the cash isn't invested. Yeah, you say that before a bubble pops. If you need the money in the short term, it should not be in the stock market. Just to annoy you more, also know I co-host a bi-weekly NFT drop show on YouTube. Oh my God. Get out of here. I'd rather throw my cash in penny stocks than having it. What? I don't understand. People's minds have been so warped by this bull market. Woo! Look at this. 5 pound Willy Wonka. Thank you very much. I don't know. Kiaran, is that a girl or a boy? I'm sure that's a boy's name. Women don't watch my channel. $5 super chat. Love you, strong man. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, good sir. I appreciate the kind donation. Very appreciated. Yep. I try. I'm trying. I'm just burning some time. May have a guest coming over later, so I'm just waiting to hear about that. Okay. Ryu. Let's see. I can't afford this membership. You really can't afford $4.99. Do you have a car? Do you have a big house? Come on, bro. I'm not pressuring you to sign up for the membership. I'm just saying, like, you probably can't afford it. Okay. I think you can. I'm not saying you have to buy it, but I'm pretty sure you can afford $4.99. If you can't afford $4.99, you should be working right now. No, I'm serious. Definitely won't stop that. When you describe technical things, you suddenly develop a nasally nerd voice. Let's say my son is 17. I guess that's just what I do. Let's see. Institutions just keep pumping Bitcoin. I wonder how they're going to find bag holders. The music will stop at some point. It will stop. One of the biggest heroes in the market is Michael Saylor. What? Michael Saylor is a hero? Huh? The dude's a con. The dude's company almost went to zero in the dot-com bubble because of fraud. And now he's famous. What the hell is going on? Let's see. All right. Somebody's saying I'm weak and pathetic. A chicken burrito was less than $4.99. No, it's $10.16 here. Wow, you got DoorDash for cheeks. I don't want to say anything else. We got 1 video and 2 months of membership. Oh, be quiet. You didn't even pay for your membership. Programmer often too. The membership is worth staying on the right. That's right. If you don't pay me $4.99, you're going to fail in life and be poor. All right. Aaron Russell, is the membership tax deductible? I mean, personally, I would say no. The only way it would be tax deductible, in my opinion, is if you had a business, right? And I pulled up your comment and it helped advertise your business. That's the only way I would even remotely maybe think it could be tax deductible. But if you're just a regular dude with a membership, no, I don't see how that's tax deductible. You're just giving me money, basically. But, with the tax code, people can be very grifty. Wells Fargo is buying him. I don't care that Wells Fargo is buying Bitcoin. I don't care if God buys Bitcoin. If banks own it, you should own it too. Yeah, just like those toxic subprime mortgages. Remember those? Yeah, those went really well, but the banks own them. So if a bank buys it, that means you have to buy it. Is that really your logic? Think for yourself for half a second, Mr. Free membership. Too big to fail. Yep. I'm going to sell courses on day trading and use the money to DCA into VT. That would be, that's actually legitimate. Well, it's an evil strategy, but it's legit. If I had grifter money coming in, oh my God, dude. God, can you imagine if I made $2 million a year on YouTube? Oh my God. I'd have 2 million, 4 million, 6 million, 8 million, 10. And then with the investment, with the market's returns, oh my God. I'd be balling. I go on vacation every 2 weeks. Have Chipotle every day. Probably have a DoorDash to my house. I live pretty good. Spend a lot of time exercising. I go on long runs. My freaking side hurts. I don't know what's wrong with me. I didn't go on a run today, but I kind of wanted to, but I was hurting. Sparky, they're not going to stop until they stuff Bitcoin into the average person's pension. Yeah, that's their goal. It is the most disgusting grift imaginable. And it's entering the heart of our financial system. Am I the only person that sees this? You create a coin. You market the coin. People buy the coin. It goes up. People see the coin go up. They want to get on the action. They buy it. The coin goes up even further. And more people get onto the action because the coin keeps going up. And suddenly everybody in America thinks it's worth something because it's gone up a lot. And eventually it gets into our pensions. But the whole time, it was just something that went up a lot with no intrinsic value. It is. That's what it is. It's worthless. It has no value. I don't care how much it goes up or who's buying it. That doesn't change the fact that the emperor is wearing no clothes. Have some conviction, people. Stop bending the knee to vertical lines. Oh, vertical line. Vertical line. But yes, that's very sad. I'm terrified for this country. Everything's a grift. It's horrible. What happened to honest business? That's the world I want to live in. I want to live in a world where people just have honest businesses and they don't lie and steal and deceive. And that's, of course, there's going to be people like that. But what really terrifies me is people like that are worshipped. They're not spat upon or looked down upon. They're worshipped. America is cooked. We are morally bankrupt. Maybe materially we're doing well, but in our soul, we're rotten to the core. We got a super chat from Major Minor, $2. Thank you very much. You can't afford not to have this. That's right. If you don't have this membership, you're going to be poor for the rest of your life. You are truly a loser if you don't pay me $4.99 a month. Do you understand me? Do you want to get rich quick? Do you want to quit the rat race? Pay me $4.99 a month. That's the only way you can do it. Like that sales pitch. That's basically what Tatey Boy does. Give me money. Rat race. Dirk, that's life hack 1000. Dogman's membership stock picks will easily pay your taxes. I'm only in the market of Bitcoin until the bull market. Oh, when does the bull market stop, bro? You don't know when it stops. Big A, to be clear, while I'm huge into crypto, it's just that I successfully trade. I don't push it on anyone. And if you don't like it, that's fine with me. I just see a trade opportunity. If you understand that Bitcoin is worthless and you understand that you're trading and you understand that trading is gambling, I can respect that. At least you know what's going on. Yes, crypto is worthless. Yes, trading is gambling, but I'm going to do it anyway. I think you're a clown, but I don't think you're stupid. If you truly believe Bitcoin is worth something, that's when I think you're stupid. You see the distinction there? If you're just playing the game, that's fine. I don't agree with it. I don't think you should do it, but I get it. Oh, I want to gamble and try to get rich quick. But Bitcoin actually has value, bro. Did you see Michael Saylor's speech, bro? That's when it's like, huh? What? No, that's not good. You're very special. And people that buy crypto are desperate. They're desperate. If you had a great job and you had a bunch of money in a 401k and you had like low bills and you were swimming in cash and you were doing well financially, why would you buy Bitcoin? Why, if you're doing well, why risk what you're doing? I don't understand. It's desperate people that are buying lottery tickets. Why does your other channel have such expensive membership tiers? It has a... Because I'm trying to grift, bro. I mean, for this channel, I guess I could create more tiers, but I mean, if I do that, it's not going to be soon. If you have Mustafa Hussein for Everything Money courses, you can exit right on time. Fred Smith, your membership fee is much higher than Lafufu. My membership is higher than what Lafufu charges. Really? That's interesting. Let's keep reading. He said his fee is cheaper. Oh, I thought he said it was more. I was like, what? Okay, he said it's cheaper. His lowest tier costs more, and it's just a donation. You get nothing. Of course, Jeremy's a con man. He's a scumbag. He's evil. He's pure evil. He only cares about making money, and he'll lie and say whatever he has to say. He's scumming. I bet you he gets no crap for his membership. He gets 0 complaints. Me? Sell calls on VT and buy muscle milk. I'm good. I have a 99-cent membership on my Hagmax and show. Oh, look at you. Post it in the Discord. I'll go watch it. Stable coins isn't just a random coin. Look, the issue with stable coins is people are going to get greedy. They're going to back the stable coins with worthless junk paper or nothing at all. And that could lead to a market crash. Okay. Stable coins scare the crap out of me because they're supposedly backed by like high quality debt, but we also were told that the collateralized debt obligations during the great financial crisis were backed by good mortgages, and they weren't. It's decentralized. The government totally doesn't control. Now do fiat. They make it out of thin air. They make more. It's worth value because no, look, I think it's paper. It's a way to exchange. That's it. I use money. The reason I have cash is because I think I need the money in the short term. I have cash in my checking account. Every month I pay off my credit card. I need cash. I can't just like move a VT share and pay off my credit card. I need cash. If I'm self-employed and I have living expenses, guess what? I need to pay my bills. I need to pay my mortgage. I need to pay for my food. I need cash. But yes, the cash itself is inherently worthless. It's paper. And over time, it'll be inflated away. That's why you purchase assets and you work on your personal skills so you can produce an income for your family. That is why you work, and that's what you use fiat for. But the fiat in and of itself is not worth anything. Decentralization is a catchphrase. It is a meme. I can't wait for my employment 401ks fully. Oh, that's why I don't want that to happen. Sparky, stablecoins are fine. They have their uses, just not for investing. A lot of online payment processors, so the technology, I'm not necessarily against it. But what I'm saying is my concern with stablecoins is that they might not be backed by what you think they're backed by. That could lead to a crisis. Gonna make my 401k 50-50 in private equity. You should. Popeyes is the greatest food on the planet. Oh, I don't know. Well, you remember. I'll pull up your comment. Yeah, it's a great allocation, bro. Popeyes is the greatest food on the planet. Oh, yeah. Well, Popeyes is good, but it makes you feel extremely greasy and nasty. I used to eat Popeyes. I used to eat Taco Bell. I used to go to McDonald's. I can't eat that anymore. It makes me feel so disgusting. It's just gross. Strawman, you can run for president after the Trump collapse of the dollar. You can run as a Democrat. No, I don't want to. The only way I'll get into politics is if I can be emperor of America. I would be dictator of America. That's the only thing I want in political power. I don't want to be the president. I don't want to be a congressman. I want to be all-powerful dictator of America. That's the only thing I'll accept. I propose a bill to create universal basic income, redeemable only in VT. You're not getting any free money. Hell no. We all buy lotto tickets, but lotto tickets that win every day is a very rare opportunity. That's true. Vinesh Naidu, $4.99 is my daily food budget. I just need to get through 24 hours without food. I know. Bro, if you can't afford to buy food, you don't need to buy the membership. Come on, man. If you're that desperate, you need to go work. I retired wealthy, have rental income that clears almost 6 figures annually. Nice retirement nest egg. So all my crypto can go to zero in my life. Okay, so it's a small part of your portfolio. You made it sound like you're like, oh, I'm all in, bro. Vinesh is minimalistic. That's going to be me next. January 1st. Minimalism goes into overdrive. Eating at home every day. If I go to the gym, it's going to be on the base down the road. It's free. So I currently pay $29.99 a month for my gym, which is pretty cheap, right? But I can cancel that and go to the base for free. So that saves me $30 a month. Netflix, I'm probably going to cancel. I don't really watch Netflix that much, so I'm going to cancel Netflix. I'm going to cut out going out to eat. That'll probably save me a couple $100 a month. Spending on women, that needs to be cut out. That'll save me probably $100 or $200 a month. Always women. It's always freaking women. Okay. So that's a couple $100 a month I could save. Going out to eat, booze, and women. I can last a long time, baby. Am I getting a VT tattoo? No, I have 0 tattoos. Big A, you should debate strongman. Nah, he's entitled to his opinion. He's not wrong. Crypto will probably get most people wrecked since they don't know what they're trading. I agree with that. Some people will make money. Most won't. Laughing. You'll never be emperor without a right-hand mod. Yes, we'll add you as mods. Minimalists are total clowns. I disagree. They inherently are disgusted by the nature of capitalism. And honestly, like the older I get, the more that I understand critiques of capitalism, because I've seen the horror of capitalism on YouTube. I've learned a lot about the nature of our society and of what America's all about, watching these disgusting cons on YouTube and how people worship them because they have money that they effectively, in my opinion, stole through deception. I'm like, what? This is capitalism? What the hell is going on here? This is not good. Minimalist goon maxing. Women will cost you a lot of money, man. I live in my van and bathe at the gym every 4 days. Deflationary. I kind of like having a house. Okay. Yeah, I can cancel the gym, cancel Netflix. So that's $40 a month. What else could I cancel? I wonder if I have a budget somewhere. Let me pull up my budget.
My budget.
I got to go down the list. Budgie. Dun, 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 dun. Budgie. Don't make me cry. I can't watch Netflix anymore because I'm poor. I can't hire a or. All right, let's see if the budget comes up. Okay, so I did a recent budget here. I'm not going to pull it up, but I'm going to go down the line items. My largest budget item was my 401k contributions at $1,716 a month. That's gone, self-employed. Mortgage, $1,411. IRA, $583. Car payment for my queen, if you annualize it out, it's $561 a month. But that'll be paid off. Food, I have $500. I could probably get that down $100. I have $400 budgeted for entertainment. Probably cut that down to $100. Let's see. Internet, no, I need that. Sewer, I need that. Gym, gone. Haircut, I can cut that. 24. I budgeted $24 a month. I can just shave my head. Maybe Adobe. Netflix. Yeah, there's really not much I can cut. I mean, I'm basically bare bones already. Most of my discretionary spending is literally just like going out to eat and occasionally having booze. That is capitalism. Capitalism is the pursuit of profit. That's it. A pure capitalist does not care about anything except profit. That's all that matters. They will destroy a society if they can boost their profits. That is pure capitalism. I think that's evil. I think you can engage in business. I believe in free markets, but somebody's got to stop some people that are psychotic from pursuing profit at all costs. There has to be some kind of limiting force. And unfortunately, that's the government, because our society is not moral. We can't self-regulate. And listen to the jam while doing that. LOL. All right, we got Biplav Shretha. Go all in Palantir. There's still time for it to go to 1,000. You know what? I hope it goes to 1,000. I hope it goes to 10,000. I hope Palantir has like a $10 trillion valuation next year. Please. Price to sales of 1,000 to 1. Whatever. Just let it run. I want Bitcoin to be $1 million per coin. I want to absorb the clownery. I want to live in a world of unending clownery. Math and budgets are just modern versions of superstitiousness, mystical attempts to predict the future. Scientism. Well, it seems to work pretty well for me. Do you not believe that we are better as society now compared to what we were before? The technology has improved. Technology has 100% improved. I am not denying that at all. But spiritually, morally, we have decayed massively. There is no morality anymore. None. It's gone. There's nothing about community. There's nothing about helping your fellow man. It's how can I grift them? That is America now. I think we've massively decayed. It's horrifying. The fact that scammers are worshipped as heroes should be an indictment. The worst indictment possible of the United States. But nobody cares. You're a communist, bro. Oh, you don't like scammers. What's wrong with you? Palantir should acquire I hope they do. Palantir is going to acquire the entire stock market. It's going to own every company. Palantir is going to be the new VT. Palantir acquires all the VT shares. That would be funny. I'd be the last holdout still holding VT shares. Somebody says, don't shave your head in the cold. Well, you know what? If it saves me $24 a month, I'll shave my head. The missing portion of Adam Smith's capitalism is one-on-one communication, emotional exchange plus profit. People, the most psychotic people always do the best in capitalism. It's true because they do not care about anything except profit. I like to have a profit. I want my YouTube to be profitable. I want my tax business to be profitable. But guess what? I'm not going to scam people and lie so I can boost my profits. I think that's wrong. Since I plan to rotate to stock, in April, I opened a stock account to try out, and my current portfolio is 100% Rob, what is that? It's like 3x since April, but just small money. What platform you like best? Dude, you need to use like Vanguard or Fidelity or something like that. I would not use one of those clown brokers because they're just going to convince you to. What is Robin? 2x long hood? Dude. Are you messing with me? Are you messing, dude? 2x Robinhood. If we enter a bear market, Robinhood is going to implode. It's going to utterly collapse. You will get annihilated, and you'll be 2x. Jesus. So cooked. We're all cooked. Aaron Russell, only 5% of Americans have saved $1 million. That's true. Probably less. That's why people think other people are like rich. It's all fake. It's all a lie. Society is one giant lie. We're all lying to each other. Lie. Everything's a freaking lie. It drove me nuts. It's like, why does everybody lie about everything? It's almost like we live in like a communist state where we see obvious truths and we have to lie. Chris, the sky is pink. It's blue. What are you talking about? The sky is pink. Are you a bigot? It's blue. You are a bigot. You're fired. Like, what? I love and I can't wait. I'll share a screenshot if you want 100% serious. It's like just one. Okay, if you're going to transition to stocks, I would not recommend 2x leverage anything. Why don't you buy VT or VTI? If you like the world index, buy VT. If you like US stocks, bro, buy VTI. You don't need anything else. Because nobody cares about anything. 2009 destroyed the United States. It's bad out there, boys. It's bad. Bear market is going to be lit. I love bear markets. Oh, boy. Because all the cocky little clowns, they disappear. Whenever we're in a bull market, people are coming on my channel, calling me an idiot, calling me a moron, calling me broke. And then the stock market drops like 20%. And they all go away. They're all gone. There's just crickets. And it's like, okay, the market's down 20%. It's nothing. And they lose everything. It's hilarious to me. I love it. But who freaking knows? Everything's just been pumping and pumping. Everything's pumping. All we do is pump. Bear market comes. This means more buying. Well, I mean, you should just be dollar cost averaging. No, this was just a trade to play around. Like I said, when I rotate real money, it'd be VT. I mean, I guess that's better than nothing. We got QB5. Identify as rich and win every 50x long leverage Bitcoin trade. If you believe it, it's not a lie. Well, that's true. That's how most people operate. Like the brokest people, like total losers, come in my comments and they're like, "You're poor. You're a loser." And they're like overweight, They live with like 3 roommates. They're 35. They're fat. They have 10K in Robinhood, all in meme stocks. They have no future. They have no dreams. They have no ambitions except buying a Bugatti. And they come in my comments. They call me a loser. It's like, you're right. You're right. I'm the loser. You're the winner. Nice piano. Thank you. I'm going to play the piano later. I like to be cultured. Charlie Kirk is a top trader, so may buy QQQ. Charlie Kirk is a clown. At least when it comes to investing. Which platform? Big A. Are you covertly doing a sick brag in the guise of seeking financial advice because I like it? I mean, he could be telling the truth. He could be lying. I don't know. You never know on the internet. But you should always assume they're lying. Robinhood, but was considering, Schwab. Do Schwab over Robinhood. That's where my dad has his portfolio. Yeah, Schwab's legitimate. Fidelity, Vanguard, any of those are legitimate portfolio places to put your money. Robinhood exists to get you to trade so they can profit. They make money off of lending securities. They make money off of payment for order flow. They print money from crypto trading and options trading. How do they make the money? Because their users trade. They want you to trade. That's bad. LOL. Yeah, my current employer's 401k is at Schwab. So, I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'd rather not have another freaking account. Actually, my favorite overall is probably Fidelity, to be perfectly honest. Fidelity's and they have like a pretty good research portion that you can use. Watch clown videos. 0 day to expiration options, biggest money maker. Yeah, the biggest wealth destroyer, in my opinion. All right, we'll go about 9 more minutes, and I'm going to shut this baby off. This was good. This is good practice for when I'm full-time self-employed. So basically, here's the plan for next year. I'm either going to be sleeping, eating food, doing taxes, doing bookkeeping, working out, and if none of those are hanging out with the kids, and if none of those are happening, I'm going to be on here doing YouTube. I'm going to be live streaming till my butt cheeks fall off to grift as much as I possibly can. Do you think Vlad from Robinhood could be your VP? No, he'd go to prison. I'd put him in prison, not joking. If I was dictator of America, there'd be a lot of black helicopters going to a lot of different places for grifters, and they would just disappear. They'd be in jail. I have an idea. First, you win the presidency, then you turn into the emperor. I saw it in ancient Rome. I would love to be dictator of America. Obviously, it's not going to happen, but I have a Schwab office literally 5 blocks away, so like having real people. Go with Schwab then. Big A, they have amazing customer service. Watch grifting videos. Yep. Let's see. ICE for finance. What is that? ICE for finance. Oh, yeah. Dude, can you imagine the utter fear? Like, if I became dictator of America, I was all powerful. Could you imagine how terrified Jeremy would be? How terrified. Oh, my God, they'd be so terrified. They'd be right to be scared. Daddy's coming. The black helicopters are coming. Sending Delta Force. Like, you're going to find the answer for your grifts, boy. I give huge speeches at rallies. The grifters must be expunged. I use Charles Schwab because I like the promised planetary depopulation. Oh, yeah. Gonna need a time. Oh, yeah. Oh. Are you okay, strong man? Yeah, I'm fine. Oh. That's pretty funny. Ha, 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 ha. This was fun. See, streaming's easy. Like, can you imagine if you had like 1 million subscribers and then you just went on a stream and you just talked and then you made like $10,000. Like, oh, I'm going to stream once today for 2 hours and I made $10,000. Oh, it's so hard. I just blab my mouth and I make money. New executive order. All female Hinge profiles must automatically swipe. I like that. Well, if I was dictator of America, I don't think I'd have trouble with women. I would have the top tier women. Nose rings are banned. Tattoos must be removed. After 10 years in crypto, if you need any grifting pointers, I got you. Space is 90%. No, it's like 99% grifting. Exactly. It's pure grift. It's called Women on Twitch. Dude. Some people, if you can make it big on social media, it's like the easiest life. You just come on here, you ramble, and you just get a flood of cash just flooding in. And here I am being a moron trying to do people's taxes. Man, who's that cutie? She's kind of cute. Glad to see you took my advice and started answering non-member comments. Well, on a stream like this, it's kind of hard not to. Nose rings are getting so plain. Oh, they're disgusting, dude. They are disgusting. But this is a beautiful picture. This is me. This is me as a female. If I had an OF, would you sign up for it if I looked like that? You probably would. You probably would. Can you imagine how many subs a hot female grifter slayer would get?
Hey, boys, we're talking about Jeremy today. He's such a scammer. He bought Tattooed Chef and he lost $1 million. But now he says he's up, but his lifetime total returns are like so negative. Oh, my God. Hey, cutie boys. Woo. If you send me money, maybe I'll give you attention for 2 seconds.
Man, I'd be balling as a girl. Well, yeah, getting a real job is for suckers. Just grift people. The 1% of crypto that wasn't a grift was when some NPC bought coffee with Doge. It's pure grift, dude. Pure freaking grift. All right, we're almost wrapping up this stream here. So I appreciate the super chat from Major Miner for $2. Thank you for the gifted membership. Siren, thank you for the £5 donation. And Major Miner for the other $2 super chat. I really appreciate it. You only answer non-member comments in order to convert. Oh, slowly but surely, I'm going to build my membership base. I mean, imagine if I had 1,000 members. Imagine if I had 1,000 members. That's like after YouTube's. I think YouTube takes 30%. Let me do the math. It's either 30 or 40. I should know this. So if I have 1,000 members, 1,000 times 499, 4,990, and then times 0.7. I'd make $3,493 a month on membership fees, not even including ad revenue. Holy crap, I would be printing tennies. Don't let Cole and Cole. But see, Diamond Hands, I bet you Diamond Hands made a fortune for the short time she was here. Because she's a girl. She has cheeks. Thank you again. Yeah, you grifter. You got a free membership. Alan Carlson, stop doing live streams so early. Look, I got to get stuff done. Okay? I just get it done when I get it done. This is like, when I'm free on weekends, this is the only time I have to do this. And most weekends I'm busy. Like I have my kids tomorrow. And I got other stuff planned for tomorrow. So today's like the day to get stuff out. Schedule them for when your audience is on YouTube. Well, no, I know when my audience is on YouTube. It's in the like 4 or 5, 6 p.m. That's when my audience is on YouTube. But I would rather just get it done. And some videos, like I'll post a video in the morning and it'll get like almost no views. And then over time, you start to see the views accelerate. Because what happens is it kind of gets picked up by the algorithm. I noticed that like the ulti video. I did the ulti video like late at night. Nobody watched it. And then the next day, it really started to take off in the algorithm. Because sometimes it just gets caught. So it doesn't always matter. But I do know when my fans are online. And it's in the afternoon. It's like 4 or 5, 6 p.m. And yes, I'll be streaming. I'll be doing a market close or whatever. Warren Buffett is piling cash. Like, I wouldn't call Warren a moron. Imagine having 350 billion in cash. I mean, yeah, unless there's a market crash, then he's going to be a genius. Instead of helping people, that's a real problem with America. Oh, I agree. I agree in a lot of that. A large chunk of the money you make from live streams comes from donations. It's in your best interest to do live streams with the most amount of your followers online. Oh, I agree. But sometimes if I have time, I'm going to do it because my time is rare. I work full time. I have kids. I do taxes. I just don't have a lot of time to stream. So if I have a moment where I'm free, I'm like, oh, I've got an hour. I'm going to do the live stream then. If that's the only time I can do it. I mean, the advice is appropriate, but it's just how it is. It's just how it is. All right. Well, I think that's a live stream. Thank you very much for the donations. I really appreciate it. Maybe we'll do some more live streams tomorrow if I have time. But I got some events planned for tomorrow, so maybe I'll be able to get out one video tomorrow, or maybe none. I don't know. But thank you for tuning in, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. Cheers.